All right, go ahead, Cody.
All right, good evening, sir. We are the Rough Riders, and this is our project on our branch and post selection. So, sir, we'll start you off the agenda. First off, what we're doing now, we're going to hit the introduction, followed by our framing concepts for this project. Then we're going to move on to our elements of the decision problem, and then go on to our values and our objectives within this problem. And then we're going to show you our influence diagram, followed by our decision tree, and then we're going to follow that up with our sensitivity analysis, our one-way and our two-way, and then we're going to end it all with our recommendations. So, sir, for our framing of this problem, we broke it down into three aspects here: our purpose, our perspective, and our scope. First, for our purpose of this project, we're trying to assist our friend in choosing his branch while he goes through the branching process. So within this process, he has pointed out that there are three factors that he wants to maximize. He's trying to maximize his professional satisfaction, his future earning potential, along with the quality of life at the post and within the branch that he picks. For our perspective aspect, we're looking at this through the lens of a first class cadet here at USMA. And we're keeping in mind that, he's going to have the interests of a newly commissioned officer in mind while he's going through this process. Next, we're going to move on to our scope. Basically, this encompasses several elements. We're looking at branches, posts, and all the uncertainties that come with that. Because as we know, the branching and posting process is never certain. There is a lot of probabilities that go into play here.
Yes, sir. So that brings us into elements of the decision problem. And like Cody just touched on, you were obviously going to have your branch selection and post selection. That's going into the decision problem, but also uncertainties, decision criteria, and the overall objective. So for the uncertainties, the three main ones that we developed were post, branch, and the job that this newly commissioned officer will receive. For the decision criteria, the three different ones that we've outlined are future earning potential, quality of life, as well as distance to family. And the objective for this situation is to maximize overall satisfaction. So this brings us into value and objectives. So for the fundamental objective, we want to maximize the parameters of professional satisfaction, earning potential, quality of life, as well as distance to family. And the mean objective is to maximize personal satisfaction. The value measures were outlined in the instructions given the friend's preferences, as well as the sum product of the weight and the parameters previously mentioned in the fundamental objective.
So, sir, from all this information, we developed an influence diagram. We concluded that the branch preference would be a choice node. This influences your branch choice, which is your overall decision, which will then go into branch outcome. Branch outcome goes into the decision of your post, if you're a PL or an AS2, and your personal satisfaction. These nodes of post and PL also feed into 4 intermediate nodes, which are our overall objectives that we want to maximize, being satisfaction, quality of life, distance of family, and earning potential, which will give us our overall value to recommend to our friend who is going to be a newly commissioned officer. On Excel, we developed a decision tree using the value measures and value scores previously talked before. We made this long tree backworked all the way from our most preferred, preferred, and least preferred. From that, we went into MI and armor branches, which were our 2 options. broke it down into 2 locations, and then of those 2 locations, the chances that we become a PL or the AS2. We were told that our friend wants to be a PL, so we kept this in mind going through our analysis.
So as Robert just stated, we wanted to keep in mind that our friend prefers to be a MIPL. So what we see here is the sensitivity analysis of the probability that our friend gets the PL job as a MI officer. So at 0.5, that is the base case for the probability that our friend gets the PL job. You see that if it increases by only 10% or 20%, there's still no change to the expected value of the decision tree. However, once you move further along and increase by 100%, there's a 1.67% increase in the expected value of the tree. Now moving into the two-way analysis, we wanted to look at the change in expected value between whether or not our friend's probability for being an MI platoon leader goes up or his earning potential is, and see kind of how they correlate. So this is our two-way analysis depicting that. What you can see, and this will be key for later, is that the earning potential is a little bit steeper than the potential that he is a MI platoon leader. So this is just further analysis on the two-way sensitivity analysis. Basically, these numbers are just showing the increase in the expected value of the model with the correlation between earning potential and the probability that our friend gets the MI platoon leader job. So what all of that means can kind of be summarized in this graph here. This shows that the variable of earning potential is more sensitive to the expected value of the overall decision tree than the variable of which job he gets, which is either platoon leader or AS3. So the key difference is that there's not much change from 0 to 10%. However, once you look at the base values we received compared to a 100% increase in those values, there's about a 5% difference between the change in expected value between earning potential and job.
So, sir, after jumping into the meat and potatoes, doing our analysis of this project, we, to end it off, we came to our recommendation, and so what we found is that regardless of the preferences that we received, whether it's most preferred, least preferred, we're going to tell our friend that you need to always rank the MI as your top branch based on the values. From there, we decided that if he was to receive MI as his branch, we're going to recommend that he chooses location 2. And if he gets armor, we recommend that he chooses location 1. We recommended these things because it's going to accommodate his desire to become a platoon leader based on the values from our decision tree. Sir, this concludes our brief.